Do you understand? For those that might not
Okay.
know as much as that about Poland. So you can put that together, sir.
Okay. Okay. So let me first of all answer Babalola's question.
That's fine,
And
sir.
so, Babalola, you were talking about legalization of document, legalization and okay. So I think we have legalization, and there's one you do at the Ministry of Education and Foreign Affairs, which is I've forgotten the name. Uh, okay, but all of that is after you've gotten the scholarship. So you don't need to think about all of those things, legalization of document and all of that before the scholarship. So that is not needed before the scholarship.
Who's
And after the scholarship, then you can think about that. Then about the visa experience, as a naval scholar, you don't have problem with visa you don't have problem with visa. And so when we got the scholarship, we wrote as a team, and that is so usually when you get a scholarship, it's good you get to know other naval scholars so that you guys do this visa process together, because once you do it individually, it's become very difficult for you to get the visa. So they prefer that the naval awardee come together as a group and do this stuff as a group. So for us, we came together, we wrote to the consular a group mail, and then sent our information and to her. And in 2 weeks, we got our visa, and we got in a week we got called for, and in 2 weeks, not in a week, I think 2 weeks, yeah, we got called for visa interview, and then in 2 weeks we got decision for for the scholarship. So if you have naval scholarship, I think you stand a very you definitely you will get the visa. Then regarding block account, you don't need anything block account. The government is funding your education and your stay in Poland, so you don't need anything to do with account. All you need to do is just to show that is to show your decision letter that you already get the scholarship. I don't know if I answered your question, Babalola.
Yeah, you did. You did. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks so much.
You're welcome. Okay, so Folake, and
Yes, sir.
Poland is a nice place for me, and this is only the country I've traveled to. Yeah, but I've read about a lot of countries, and the only thing I can say, okay, so with the weather, Poland is like an extreme country. When it is cold, it is extremely cold. And when it is hot, it is extremely hot. So, so right now we are in summer and we have temperature around 32, 33, sometimes 34. And then in the evening, it comes down to 20 something degrees and all of that. So during the winter, you can have like temperature close to 15 degrees Celsius, plus 15, plus 20 degrees Celsius. So, so plus 15, you imagine plus 15, plus 20 degrees Celsius. You see the ice.
Wow.
The snow is something else. So that is the extreme with regards to weather. And then with regards to and the people are very welcoming, I would say, for me. There are people who mind their business, and so they are very they don't really they don't they are very straightforward. Like you don't see them smile. They're just focus, 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 and you just so you see someone and say hello, and they like when you speak a little bit of Polish. So like dzień dobry, yeah. So yeah. So and language barrier is there, but if you go to the big cities like Wrocław, Warsaw, Poznan, you meet English speakers. And yeah, but language barrier, like when you go to store, everything is written in Polish. So sometimes you don't really know where something is in the store. So and that could be challenging. Yeah, and
So
yeah. But if you live in smaller city, also challenging because a lot of persons don't speak English there. So you need to use the Google Translator and all of that. Well, I think and when you talk about racism, I haven't felt. I've had a lot of people talk about Germany, Italy, and I haven't seen anything like that here. I haven't seen anything like that here. I work here, and nobody disturbs me. I like nothing in terms of racism. And the language barrier is just the problem because where I work, like virtually every person and percentage of English speaker is like 2%. So most of them are Ukrainian and from Colombia, from other countries. So and that is it for the language, which is the challenge. But and when it comes to economy, this is the cheapest country, one of the cheapest country to live in Europe. Like, and then you talk about security. Poland is one of the most secured country in the world, I must say. I don't think you've had anything terrorism and nothing about. So for me, in this country is safe. If you mean business and nobody disturbs you, it's only when you commit a crime. I've never been stopped by a police to ask for my passport or anything on the street. Nobody have ever stopped me to ask for anything. But once you commit a crime, that is when you see the police or you. So nobody interrupts you. Even my friend that was telling me that you can even drive for like several years and nobody will ask you about driver license until you commit a crime. So this may vary in some city, I don't know, but I've lived in like in two different cities now in Poland. I'm currently in Bigos. I school in Wrocław. So and so far so good.
okay.
I don't have problem. I don't have problem with any of them, and I haven't seen any of them disturb me. In racism, I haven't seen anything of such. Dzień dobry, dzień dobry. Yeah, so and that is it. I'm
Okay.
sorry. Yeah.
Okay, that's amazing, sir. So lovely, please be prepared. You soon ask your question. But I'm a bit curious now. When you chose Poland, was it an intentional, as it was it happen chance or was it very intentional? Based on the course of study that you wanted to go for? Because I know that most of what you're saying had to do with STEM courses. Do you understand? How about someone that is in the arts or in the um, art field, commercial? Do you think that it is also a country that has great opportunities for people in that field? Do you understand my point, sir?
Okay, so I have to be sincere with you. All right, so and Poland was the only option I had. I was nominated. I was placed on reserve Commonwealth Shield at Sheffield Hallam University in the UK, and unfortunately, I wasn't nominated. So at the end, so
Okay.
Poland was the only option I had. So I just had to go to Poland. And if you want to go to the UK, you want to go to the US, I think coming to Europe, it is easier to go to these places. So I sometimes I tell people, and these places are transition points for you to go to wherever you want to go to. So easier for you to go to study, to go to the US, because I have a lot of Naval scholars. I know a lot of Naval scholars who, after their MSc here, and got a PhD offer in the US. So,
Oh,
so that's
okay.
it.
Amazing. So what you're saying is like Poland is like a stepping stone for you to easily get into
Exactly, exactly. It was the only option I had. This is
oh,
not where I want to be. I want to be in the US, and
okay.
I think
And
uh,
so far so good. Poland has been how do I put it? fulfilling your desires, even if it is not your initial location of choice.
Yeah. But we want to make money, a lot of money. And so if you want to make plenty of money, you can compare the US and Poland, right? Okay, good. But then Poland is a
Okay.
nice place. Yeah. And
Thank you.
you can make money here, but not as much as you will make in the US, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me not just ask if it is because of the opportunities that will be made available to you in Poland, or is it because of the working opportunities that you would have as a student that you
Okay.
mean making money?
You see, yeah. In terms of my career, um, I'm studying civil engineering. I'm into the construction, and you see, language barrier is a problem here. If you talk about work, of course, we have some companies, international companies, who employ English speakers, and but then if you are a Polish speaker, you have more opportunity, and because the laborers on site speak Polish, and one of the basic requirements for you to be employed in the construction industry in Poland, especially in most of the companies, you need at least a B2 in Polish. And because
Okay.
of course you need a B2 in Polish, the drawings and most of the documents are in Polish, right? And you can translate sometime, but then you need a good understanding of Polish, of the Polish. So,
Okay.
and this language barrier is one of my, like, one of the red flag for Poland for me. And going to an English speaking country, uh, like Canada, like the US, it'll be easier for me to work there, right? So this is what and this is one of my consideration about other places. And Poland is good, and I tell people it's a good place to stay. Um, so that's the much I can say. Yeah.
So yes, I understand. So basically, what I can pick from
Yeah.
this language barrier is to be proactive about it before you start the process. I mean, is it something that can be learned from Nigeria online? To have at least the B2 document in Polish. You
Okay. Yeah.
understand my point?
So
Yeah.
So this gets me to one of the things I didn't mention in the Naval scholarship. And now, if you have an A2 in Polish, you can, so this, in the method of instruction in the university, is either in English or in Polish. So if you have an A2 in Polish, you can apply to study in Poland in Polish, but they will give you the opportunity to do a 1 year preparatory course in Polish, but you must have an A2 in Polish. You understand? And it's cool
Yes.
because that 1 year you have the time to enjoy yourself in Poland, to get to know the place before you start your program properly. You understand? So it's cool. But yeah, you can get an A2 in Polish from Nigeria. If you are serious, you take online courses, you can get a teacher, a tutor, you can get an A2 in Polish. And I think you will stand a better chance of getting the scholarship if they see that you have an A2 in Polish. I think so. But that is not like
Wow.
a requirement. But it's cool coming to coming to Poland, and you have at least an A2 in Polish. And currently I have an A2 in Polish, but it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy because the language, it's somehow complicated, but I think if you give it the time, you will learn it.
Yes. It's like starting all over again.
Yeah.
And there's nothing that you start from the very beginning that is easy. But yes, it's a skill set that not a lot of people have. This new language that you have that will give you an edge over other people. Loveline, are you on the call? Thank you. Thank you, sir. Let me take some other questions and then we'll continue our conversation. Loveline, are you on the call, please? Okay, if Loveline is not available, Mr. Ignatius, I love your John Bosco name. Is he on the call?
I am on the call, ma. Yeah.
Yes, please. I know you sensed that you'd love to ask a question, so please shoot. You can go ahead.
Thank you, ma. Yeah, my question now is the requirements for acing this visa interview, Poland visa interview. Because right now I want to enter the country by self-funding. Then at the long run, I will devise other means. I learned that in the interview, the visa application and interview, some case times seems difficult. And I don't want to experience such. I don't want to have such audio experience. So my concern is about that authentication. I learned that is in the Abuja Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The authentication and the legalization, one is right to get it done because the Poland require apostille, and then these are the apostille we do in Nigeria because I know that they don't do apostille here except for other countries. So my concern now is the medical insurance as well. Sorry, is one of my concerns. Should I do medical health insurance here in Nigeria, or should I take it to? Will I do it in Poland then? Because the Atlantic is one of the requirements for the visa. Then sites where I can apply for my flight, because these are part of the requirement. In fact, the requirement as I watch on YouTube, I learned that some of these are part. So the visa application, the flight booking, all the other things, man. Sorry, I'm diverting, I'm digressing in many places. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, and for like I can talk, right?
Yes, please go ahead, sir.
Okay, thank you. Ignatius, so your question is
yes,
so
sir.
please, for those who I like to repeat this, for those who are applying for NAVA scholarship, don't worry yourself about legalization, authentication, and all of this for now. Don't worry yourself too much about all of the flights and all of that for now. Your focus should be on getting admission to a university and applying for the scholarship. Get all the documents you need and applying for the scholarship. So to your question, Ignatius, authentication and legalization.
Sorry, sir. I want to cut you short. Sorry, sir. I've actually secured admission at present, 2 admissions for Masters in Poznan University of Agriculture Life Sciences. Then the other one in Katowice, Medical University of Silesia, Katowice. So my concern is how are we? It's
Okay,
the interview.
so you called it Katowice. I told you W
Yes.
in Polish is V, so it is Katowice.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Okay,
Thank you,
so yeah, congratulations on your admission.
Thank you, sir.
If you are going for self-funding, I didn't come through self-funding, but this is the much I know. Authentication, you do it at Ministry of Education and Foreign Affairs. So once you are done with your authentication, you will go for legalization. Now, legalization, you can do your legalization during your visa interview. So it's not like a separate process from visa. You will do legalization first, then you now do your visa interview. So during your visa interview, you take your document with you. After your interview, you now tell them you have a document to legalize. You understand? So once you are done with the interview, you now give them the document you want to legalize. So if you're coming for MSc, the only document you need to legalize is your transcript. If you are coming for BSc, the only document you need to legalize is your transcript and your WAEC result. Right?
Yes, sir. But it
Yeah.
seems I came across the point where they say my bachelor's degree certificate. I don't know whether I will still get a photocopy of my original degree certificate alongside with the transcript for legalization, sir.
Are you going? So let me ask: are you going for MSc or for BSc?
I intend going for MSc because of the high cost of that of BSc, because that BSc is nursing program. So I intend going for MSc, which is affordable to me.
I have a friend who is studying nursing at Lublin. We spoke, we work at the same place.
Hello.
We
How are
talked
you?
together
Been invited.
yesterday. And the truth of the matter is, coming down to Poland, you will pay your fee. In fact, in a month you can just, of course he works here, and in a month he can get his school fees and pay for a semester. You understand? So you can get job. Job is very, very open here. A lot of jobs here, unless you are selective, like I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. That's when you now have issues with jobs. But if you are open to work, yeah, you really want to work anything. Once it's legal, I can do it. Then you will find job to do here. So, and that's not a problem. The medical insurance. Um, Medical insurance, there is a common medical insurance that you need a medical insurance to present during your visa interview. It's part of a document you need to give them during the visa interview. So I can't remember the name of the health insurance, but there's a one that is widely accepted from Nigeria during visa interview. I can't remember the name, but once I remember the name, I will send it to the group. So and that is it for the medical insurance. Then and regarding booking of flight, if you are going for your interview, you don't necessarily need to pay money for your flight. There is something, I think, there's something they call like you schedule a flight, not like you are paying, you just schedule the flight. So like for Qatar Airline, you can schedule a flight for like 3 days. If you don't pay for like 3 days before it expires, yeah, I think, yes, for 48 hours before it expires. So yeah, 2 days before it expires. So if you're going for your visa interview, you just need to like book, like maybe if you are going for a visa interview and by Monday, so by Sunday you can book a flight and print what you book to them. So they will consider that. So they don't necessarily need, they just want something, a proof to show that you intend to go to Poland and to return back. So they just need a flight ticket showing and
Christmas.
so that is it for the flight booking. And the visa process, the truth is that getting appointment for visa, especially to Poland, is very difficult. And this is why a lot of people look for agents who are into this. I learned that the portal for booking appointment is usually opened first day of the month and the last day of the month, usually around 1 a.m. in the morning or 12 a.m. in the morning. And people who are into this thing, they are usually online waiting for when the portal will be open for appointment. And once it's open, they rush it and the slot is closed. So people usually have to pay agents who are into this business to get this. I don't know anyone, so I can't recommend, and I wouldn't recommend anybody. Well, that is your own job to do. If you have some money, I think, to save you the stress of all of this, you get an agent. But you can do it because it will be a little bit difficult doing it yourself, because you may not know the nitty-gritty surrounding how to get all of these things. But with a scholarship, you don't need to do all of that. You don't need an agent, you don't need anybody. You just need to write to the consular that you are a NAVA scholar, attach your NAVA award decision, and you will get a response at least 2 weeks. And once your mail get to the embassy. So if you're a NAVA scholar, you get the scholarship. The visa process will be very straightforward and simple for you. But if you are going for self-funding, yeah, you are getting visa appointment is a bit difficult. So you will need an agent who will assist you to to getting this appointment. Yeah, but you can do it yourself. Just as much as you can be on the website from time to time and checking when the appointment date will be open. So, some people for like 6 months, 7 months, they're trying to get appointments. So it can be that challenging. So, but the earlier you start looking for appointment for your visa, the better. So I don't know if that answers your question. If I answered every question you asked.
Mr. Ignatius, are you on the call? I think probably network or something, because it's not here. So please, if you have any questions, just kindly raise your hand, and then we would attend to you. Mr. Adeyemi Bamidele, I know you sent me a message. Are you ready to ask your question? Is he on the call? Mr. Adeyemi Bamidele? All right. So I can see Joseph's iPhone saying something about, does Polar allow students to bring in dependents? Mr. Ahmed?
Yeah. Okay. So that question and put. Okay. So like is like an independent process. If you are coming with somebody, if you are coming with your, I really can't answer this question correctly. Because I don't want to misinform people. So I have to be careful here. Okay.
Like, is there a particular law that forbids them from being independent?
There is no law. Like, okay, it's not like the UK where you think about coming with dependent. There's nothing like dependent here and all of that. I think you need somebody. You need to be in Poland.
Okay.
And you cannot invite your dependent to come. But like you're a student and you said you want to come along with somebody, then that person has to also meet all the requirements, has his visa, should have a work, or is coming as a student. You understand?
Okay.
And but that the person is coming as an attachment to you as a student, that is not considered.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jeff, would you like to ask your question, please? Is Jeff on the call?
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Jeff.
Okay, thank you so much for the section. So I wanted to ask a few questions. I think you've answered a bit of them, but let me just ask. Personally, I graduated like 2014, and my course is it's not part of this term. I read sociology. And so I don't know, is there anything for people like us? And secondly, I heard you mention the self-funding process. So I would like to know what's like the costs like how much are we looking at? And then thirdly was the visa hassle, because I've heard from more than one person of how getting the Poland visa date is very stressful and all of that. So those are like my questions. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So if I get your question correctly, you want to understand how this funding and stuff is about, and what is like the cost.
Yes, in Naira.
Okay. And so where do I start from? The visa process. And the cost of the visa is around, I think, 880, 80 euro. 80 euro. Okay, how do I begin? Okay, I don't need to itemize all of these. Oh, okay. And Jeff, I don't know. Maybe I'll get across to you in terms of costs, because I need to ask some of my friends who came here to just give me a rough idea, because I came through the scholarship, so I can't give you, I might not be very correct if I give you like the cost now, because I didn't go through that part, you get. But I can say that you don't need to pay all your fees before coming to Poland. You understand? So the burden, the cost, where the major cost is your flight to Poland, the visa process, and your admission. Once you can secure admission, your flight to Poland, and the visa process, you can get a job here to pay your fees. So that is it. So the cost of getting down to Poland, the visa, the school, because you need to pay, like, I think you need to like pay the first school fees or the thereabout before you come. So I will get that and then maybe communicate with Folake you are in the group, so they can also, she will share that. So I will take note of that in terms of cost, so you can have an idea how much you need to be looking at. I need to be very careful what I say. So let me do my findings and ask some of my friends who came through self-funding, and then get back to you in terms of cost.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. I think we have a few more minutes to ask questions. So I'll just, I believe I mentioned earlier, sir, is there any information for those that are not coming in through, STEM courses? Are there opportunities for them to in Poland?
Yeah.
Arts, and I know it's not your major field now, but
yeah,
just a general overview of, opportunities available to them.
If you are not coming through a STEM program to Poland, for now, I think the only option is self-funding. But what I keep telling people is that there are a lot of information on university websites that we don't know. So it is good that first of all, you go to the university website and check their funding. Every university have a section for funding. And in that section for funding, they list scholarship and other opportunities that you can study in a reduced cost or in a completely covered course in that university. So I will encourage people to, especially those who are not in STEM, and to first of all, search the university in Poland you want to study. In the course you want to study, then you search for courses and universities in Poland that take these courses. You understand? And there are universities in Poland that is very, 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 when I mean very, 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 very cheap. As cheap as someone was telling me, as cheap as 250 euro as school fees. So if you just search the portal and then see the funding opportunity on their portal, on the university portal of interest. And for Folake, I'm going to also write to you.
Okay.
So there are two things I will have to send to you later to share in the group. Self-funding, cost of self-funding to Poland, and cheap. I think in terms of, for those who are looking for cheap universities that you can look to, that you can pay and then get admission and then come to Poland. I will also send a list of such kind of schools. But we as individuals have a lot of job to do. You just have to search for this university in Poland and then go to their funding and check the menu, and the menu in the website, and you will see where and where they're talking about funding, and you will discover a lot of funding opportunity that you can use. And these guys, the admission officers, are always ready to answer your question. And I encourage people to utilize and these admission officers, ask them questions, send them questions, and they will always respond. So you can write to them, what are the funding opportunities for me? So how much do I need to pay for my first school fees to be considered before before coming to Poland and all of that. So, and check the website and communicate with admission officers regarding funding, and you will be surprised a lot of opportunities that are available. So for those not in STEM, I will encourage you to check the university's website, and you will see, it will surprise you that the opportunities there and for you. And but I can't really tell about any for now.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. I think to a very large extent, we've answered most of the questions. It's just one here that I think is a big difference about saying if it would be easy to get a job to fund living expenses when you get to Poland. So let me just quickly ask that. Is it easy to get a job to fund your living expenses, even probably subsequent sessions that you'd want to take on? Is it something that is easy, or is job finding a difficult thing in Poland? So just answer that last question before we move to the next session.
Okay, so, and like I said initially, you see there are jobs, but these jobs are usually many jobs. I must be sincere with you, especially when you don't have you don't have a certificate and you've not graduated from the university here. So most of the jobs available for foreigners and many are jobs. So either you work in McDonald's, KFC as a dishwasher, or you do courier services, or you work in a factory. These jobs are valuable unless you don't want to do any of these things. So they are always available, and these jobs, there are money in the job. I just worked uh, for a month here, and I know how much I got and just in a month in this August. So that is what I got was more than what can pay what I got in August can pay and can pay a semester school fees, and even with a lot of change to keep. Yeah. And what I'm doing currently, because I haven't I'm working in a meat factory.
Okay.
I'm in the cartoon. So let me show you. This is the cartoon. I don't know if it's visible. So like, this is the cartoon. So everybody is at work today. I'm off work. So I decided to just use in the environment. So there are jobs and you can do, unless you are very selective and you say you don't want to do this, you don't want to do that. But I bet you if you can make good money. Yeah.
Thank you so very much, sir, for answering the questions to the best of your ability. You've been amazing. You've been amazing. We'll move on to the next session right now. And before we go on, can we please just send a thank you message to our facilitator for today, Mr. Ahmed Joshua. If you're online, I want to know that you guys are still on this call with us. So just send a thank you message to the chat box for, the insights that has been dropping from Mr. Ahmed.
Thank
so
you so
Kende,
much
thank you
well.
for it. Mr. Armstrong, Glorious, Juliet, thank you so very much. Thank you so very much, sir. And then the participants are also showing their appreciation for you. It's not easy. It's not easy talking about things like this. Sadiq, thank you for thanking him.
And I also want to thank,
thank
I
you.
want to thank the host engineer, Ayodele, right? And then you, the moderator, you did a fantastic job.
Thank you so very much.
And
sir.
Lola, who has always been writing to me often about reminding me about the meeting. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you
so
sir.
much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, guys, for making a facilitator feel appreciated and feel welcome. So I'm going to the next session now, and I'm going to hand over to Mr. Ayodele Awi. Is our host for today and the chief organizer of everything that we're doing here today, you know, making sure that you guys are growing, bringing these opportunities and insights to you. Mr. Awi, are you on the call?
I'm on the call. Thank you so much, Folake. Thank you so much, Hassan. Thank you for the great job. Thank you for sharing, those very wonderful insights with us today. I mean, I've learned a lot about Poland now. It might just get on my list as part of my next destinations to visit. Now I know that it is called Nava, not Nawa.
Yeah, you're welcome. We have a lot of beautiful places in Poland. We have Krakow. Krakow was the former capital of Poland, and it has these ancient old buildings. So if you want to look at old buildings and a lot of artistic stuff and a lot of history and culture, Poland is a nice place to visit, especially in Krakow. Krakow, you can come to Krakow, you can come to Wrocław. If you come to Wrocław, I'm going to welcome you because I stay in Wrocław. Currently, I'm in Bydgoszcz. So a lot of nice places to visit here if you want to come, if you are coming to Poland, any of the break.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. I mean, I'm excited to know that I already have people who can volunteer as tour guides for me. You can take me around. I can know a couple of places. So that's really exciting to know. And thank you so much, Folake. You've done an excellent job. I saw that we had the session with lots of people at some point, and then that's how it is. It's good to see that some people can wait till the end of it, because sometimes there's a lot more you can also get towards the tail end. And it's unfortunate that some people will run off, and then later they would start sending emails requesting for videos of sessions, requesting for recordings. But I'm glad we still have a lot of people on the call, and thank you so much to participants who have been on the call. There are just a couple of things we'll do within the next 22 minutes. We're going to end the session at 12. One of those things is people come to sessions like this, and the question is, so how do I start? Where do I start from? And so I'm just going to show you the answer to that question. So the scholarship we've been talking about since, I'm going to put the link in the chat box for everyone to have a look at. This is the scholarship we've been talking about. And you would notice that when the presenter was making his point, he had stated that these scholarships, it's also, he told us the rounds of the scholarship, and he told us that it's going to open, the second round will open, I think around October, November, you said. Yeah. And for some of you, it's as simple as just go onto the link, start preparing. And he made a great point. I mean, it's the first I'm even hearing about that kind of system where it's not just about your application, it's also about the timeliness of your application. Most other applications will tell you to submit by this time, and they would allow everybody that has submitted by that time to, be in the pool, and then they review. But for this one, there is a particular number. And once they hit that number of applicants they want, then they shut it, even if the application deadline is still some days away. And I think that's something to really put in mind. So I'm going to share my screen at this time. And that's because I'm going to turn off my camera. I want your attention to be on the screen. And just to show you quick steps, how do you begin? Where do you start from? Just those things that you need to pay attention to. He also talked about the Erasmus scholarship, and there are a couple of those ones. You have the Erasmus exchange program, You have the Erasmus internship and a couple of other ones. I'm also going to put the link to the Erasmus page in the group chat, so that if you're applying, where do you start from? There is also the Erasmus Joint Masters Program. I've had a couple of friends who have benefited from that program and a couple of mentees as well. And one of them is going to be talking to us, I think next month, about Erasmus Mundus scholarship that he got and his for his master's program in London. So I'm going to show you also, because Ahmed also mentioned that. I'm going to also just show you how do you start, where do you start from, what are the things you need to have in mind. So I'm going to share my screen and just do that within 10 minutes. After the 10 minutes, we want to come back to the room and play a nice game. It's an interesting game about science, about life, and I just want to, stimulate us. It's a game you can play with your phone. I'm going to drop the details of the game in the chat box. We want to see who's going to win the game. So please get ready for that. We're going to do that after this practical session. And once we are done with the game, we're just going to take feedback, do some other appreciations, and we're going to close the session. All right, so I'm sharing my screen now. Yeah, so this is the scholarship. And you can see many of us are Nigerians. Can you see the name of Nigeria here now? Can anybody confirm if you can see that? Can anybody confirm if you can see that?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, I can see it. Thank you.
Great. Now, you can simply come to this place, information for applicants. Click on it. And you can begin to read about the criteria of eligibility. What makes you eligible for this program? You can read that. You can see that Nigeria is grouped into group number 4. From here, you can read about what does the field of study, what of this scholarship cover. And it has said there that regardless of the full list of covered universities can be found here. So it says here, there are a couple of questions. Can you apply if you have already obtained a master's in your program, in your country? It says no, only candidates who have not obtained their master's can apply. There are a couple of things that you can read about and get to know about it. What's the monthly stipends? It tells you the monthly stipends. Are there any other costs among the monthly scholarship covered? It says here what it's going to also cover. Lump sum for the cost of your travel. And the speaker talked about that the other time. And if you are starting the program, then you can go to documents for download. And in this documents for download, I believe it's going to give you, okay, probably because the call is not currently open. You don't have those application documents to download yet. But this is a great link to keep. And once you keep that link, you know that you can always go back to that and, check the documents, see if there are application documents to fill up and whatever it is, and read more about it, and make sure you follow the guidelines in submitting your application. You would also be interested to see that if you come to the platform, you might then find other programs. If you are not qualified for this one, you might then find other programs in NAWA. For example, there are summer courses. You can find other programs that they also fund, which you might qualify for. There could be short courses that you can travel for, and maybe within 3 months or 1 month, do them and come back. There are a lot of things to do. Just wanted to, show you that, encourage you to go to the link and just start finding out information for yourself. I'll stop this and then I'll share again the other Erasmus scholarship. So I'm going to share again the Erasmus scholarship, share my screen, and we'll see that quickly. Okay, so Erasmus scholarship. Can you confirm if you can see my screen also now?
Yes, I can see.
All right. So it says here, I mean, there are so many things here, and I like this particular one. This is the Joint Master's Scholarship. The beauty of the Joint Master's Scholarship is that you can study in several European countries at the same time, and you have more than one degree. I mean, it's a joint degree, but I think it's usually issued by the separate institutions. So you can study in a school in Netherlands for 4 months, do another 4 months in Poland, do another 4 months in Germany, do another 4 months in maybe Portugal, which is really beautiful. It's an opportunity for you to travel. Hello? Yeah, sorry for the quick break. Are we still together?
Yes, sir.
And if you come here, it tells you the scholarship covers your travel, covers your visa, covers your living allowance. And it's for 1 to 2 academic years. And it tells you the kind of degree. And, you know, in most cases, you can submit application between October and January for courses that are starting in 2025. You can submit. So these are things to watch out for and prepare yourself. What do you need? If you have your first bachelor's degree, your first degree, or you are in already the last year of your bachelor studies, if you are a graduate before the master's program starts, these are things you just have information about, and you start preparing your documents. And for those of you that are already done with masters, you're looking for PhD. There are some postdoctoral fellowship as well, or you're already done. I mean, you're already done with your PhD and you're looking for postdoc opportunities. You can also come here and find out more. If you're already lecturing and you're looking for staff exchanges program, you can come here, and you can come to Erasmus. Next, when we talk about Erasmus, we have a good relationship with, so Erasmus. Kindly mute your microphone if you are not talking. That would help us to minimize distractions. Thank you. One of the things to also say is that Erasmus Alumni Network, they have a network of Nigerians who have benefited from various Erasmus scholarships. And this alumni network, their main coordinating office sits in Abuja. We have a very good relationship with the coordinator, and we are finding a way to work with them to be able to bring more opportunities to our awareness, so that once we have awareness of those opportunities, we can also share with you and you can know more about it. And there are many other things, many other training opportunities, youth exchange program, networking training programs that you should just get on the internet and start knowing about. On this page, it talks about if you're applying yourself. There are student exchanges. It tells you can apply yourself, and this is the link. There are student traineeships abroad. This is the link. Erasmus postgraduate scholarship. This is the link. And there are other links like that. Even if you are going for vocational trainings, there are also links to that. This tells you that regardless of your education, regardless of your background, academic background or qualifications, there are opportunities for you. Some of them you can apply to them directly, but there are some you can apply for directly. I see that Solomon has a question. I'm going to come to that question very soon. But I wanted to highlight this so that you can see it and you can know that these opportunities exist. All right. I'll just take Solomon's question. I'll stop sharing my screen. And after that, we'll go to the game that I said we'll play. All right, Solomon, go for it. What's your question, please?
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for your time. I've listened to your presentation. I listened to that of Ahmed. Ahmed, well done. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And our coordinator, Folake, thank you too. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
My question is for PhD scholarships.
Okay.
PhD scholarship, my background is geography, and then my master's degree is on environmental resource planning.
Okay.
So now seeking for a scholarship probably for my PhD.
Okay.
And that was what I wanted to ask Ahmed earlier, but I wasn't given the opportunity because time was against us, kind of. So that's my question.
All right.
So that one will know how to start. Yes.
Yeah, thank you very much. So you need to make sure you have access to your master's degree transcript and certificate already. Once you have those two, you can start applying for your PhD. In fact, if you decide on which country you want to go to, and you just look for PhDs in environmental resource planning. I'm an environmentalist, so I'm a civil engineer with water resources and environmental management background. So and I'm currently running a master's program anyways that is related to that on natural flood management. So if the PhD is what you're thinking of, there are many PhD offers that will be announced. I think you need to decide on the school. On the country. Once you decide on the country, you can even go to Google and use Google to find information on which ones are available or currently open. But the other thing I'm also going to do is to then say, this is where we come in. For a couple of students, they would say, oh, I still need somebody to help me. I've just put the link to our website where you can apply. If you apply and we get your documents, we'll come back to you and say, okay, we've seen your application documents. This is how we might be able to then point you. We have different ways we guide people. So there are some of those sessions. There are 3 basic ways that Career Drive comes in to help applicants. The first is that we do informational sessions like this that are completely free. And we have a community where we share information that is also completely free on WhatsApp, on Telegram. We share scholarship opportunities so that once you see anyone that you can apply for, you take them and you apply. The second thing we do is paid for, which is a coaching session, a coaching program. Now, on the coaching program, what we do is we basically say, let's hold your hands and guide you through the process. And so in the coaching program, we're able to say, oh, this is what you need to do. This is what you need to do. That's paid for, and that's specific to your need. The third one is an application service where you basically ask us to help you make the application. And then we can put your documents together and we can help you do the application. So I'm sharing my screen now. So if you go to our website and you put apply, just apply behind the website, it's going to take you to this page. This is the application portal. This is the checklist documents that we need you to have. And then you need to be able to just input your details. And once you input your details, tell us if you have a particular preference course you want to study. If there's a second choice you want to study. If you have a study destination that you prefer, you select it, and then you upload your files. Once you upload your files, you can open here to read our terms and conditions. You select this to mark it. Once you mark it, you can submit, and then we'll have your documents and we can process it from there. So for example, if you come to trainings or consulting, you can find, you can find some trainings that we run to be able to help you understand how to apply expert instructions and guidance, customized learning, flexible things. You can choose that and would train you, and you can start making applications yourself. And if you want to take courses, sometimes the reason why people find it difficult to also start their programs is because they need to improve what they have. Maybe you have a bachelor's degree, your degree is not good enough. You need to add some things to your degree. And by hiding those things, then it puts you in a better position. So one way to do that is to subscribe to professional certification programs. And the professional certification programs, you can select courses, project management, HSC, human resource management, different courses. You can select any one, take the course, get your certificate, add it, to what you have, and then that can put you in a better position to get scholarships and other opportunities. So I encourage you to look at all of those options. But I understand my time is fast spent. So let me quickly give us this quiz in 5 minutes. Anybody ready for the quiz?
Hmm.
All right.
Yes,
so
we are ready.
All right, we are ready.
You need to play this with your phone. And I'm going to start it now. It's waiting for players to join. So I'm going to put the link I'm going to put the link here. Just go to www.kahoot.it. It's going to ask you for a game pin. Put 93924 as your game pin and let's start. It's a simple question, just simple questions. It's going to be on natural and life sciences. So those that do not have science background, but don't worry, they are very simple or things that you can use general knowledge for. Let's play the game together and see how fun it is. Anybody struggling to join? Okay, I see that some people are coming in already. All right, let me increase the volume and then share the sound.
Nine three nine two four.
93924.
93.
I want to apologize that because of this game, we might extend a little bit beyond time, but maybe just about 10 minutes, just to allow people to come in. While you are joining, let me explain how this game works. Once I start, you see the question on the screen. Please look at your screen. I'm sharing my screen. You see the question on your screen. It will tell you the question, and you can use your phone to select the option that you think is correct. Once you select it, you need to select the right option, and you need to select it quickly. So it's going to mark you for correctness, and it's also going to mark you for speed. If two of you choose the same correct option, the first person to choose the correct option gets the highest score. All right? So that's how the game works. Those of you that are still joining, just join us later. Let's see if we can start now. I think we have a lot of people that have joined in already. This should be fun. We have 22 people already. Let's join while others can continue to join us. So I'll start. Intro to natural sciences. We're starting now. 3, 2, 1. Check the question and check your option. Check your phone to select the right option. What is that scientific study that allows you to observe animal behaviors on Kilimanjaro safaris? Is it biology, ethology, zoology, or ecology? Pick the right option using your phone. 6 people have submitted answers already. You have 10 more seconds. 8 people now. We have 12 answers already. 14. 3, 2, 1. Time up. All right. A lot of people missed that, but that particular scientific study is called ethology. Ethology. All right. So let's move forward. Only 3 people got that. Let's see who they are and see the ranking. AKX, that person is leading currently. They're followed by Atal and Ubale. Let's move to the next round and see what happens. An example of sustainable food production.
Please, I didn't see the question or the options. It was showing colors with shapes.
You see the question on your screen because we are sharing the screen. You see it on my screen, and you only use your phone to select the right option.
Okay,
Yes.
I understand.
Your phone will show the color, and you look at the screen to see which color matches your option.
Right. I totally exit here. Thank you.
Okay, I got it now too.
Okay, good. So let's see who gets this right. 3 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. Only 5 people attempted this. Actually, this one has multiple options. So if you pick red or you pick blue, you would be correct. All right. So let's move to the next one. Now we have Gigi leading and Carl following. Let's move to the next round. Foods grown in living with the land greenhouse gases at Epcot are eaten by both people and animals. True or false? True or false? 15 answers already. That's good. We have a lot of participation now. 3 more seconds. Let's see. True. This is good. 13 people got that right. Let's move. AKS is coming back. Different animal species in the ocean are connected by what they eat, which is called a dash. Food pyramid, food web, food truck, food connection.
Ka san me abun da yake faru? Wannan wasan nashi bai yi.
3 more seconds. Okay, food web. I know this one is very tricky. All right, let's move forward. Next. Let's see who is leading. We have some other people coming up now. We'll get to know who they are very soon so that we can know them and see who the winner will be. Next round, number 5. Not knowing when a food source will be encountered can motivate some animals to be what? Selective feeders, opportunistic, grazing, browsing. Let me give us some music. Good. 8 people got this right. So let's see who they are. Gigi is maintaining top spots. All right, next. Which biome on Kilimanjaro Safari's attraction will be the Nile hippo found? Nile hippo is found in the savanna grassland, Congo River Basin grassland, or rainforest. You're allowed to guess. Okay, let's move quickly. All right, the table is changing. Next. What actions can you take to protect nature and wildlife? Okay, so this one, all the options are correct, just to encourage you to do different things that can contribute to protection of wildlife and nature and ecosystem. Somebody else has moved to the top spot now. Let's see what happens with the rest of the questions. What attraction at Disney's Animal Kingdom features elements of ecotourism? I know this one is challenging. As you have bonus, you also have some that are not bonus. Okay, 4 people got that right. Let's see if the table has changed. Hey, Gigi, no one grew. Gigi and how do we pronounce this name now? Sheikh and Shaina Solomon. They no
It's
one
pronounced
grew.
as Shesh.
Shesh. Okay, good.
Yes. That's high in Polish.
Oh, okay. I see. Good. Let's move and see. Which of the following geological periods did dinosaurs not live in? Not. Okay, there you go. This one is very misleading. All right, let's move forward. Only 3 people got it right. Let's move forward. GG. GG is on fire. Number 10 now. Fossil fuels are a renewable energy resource that come from plants, animals, and dinosaurs. True or false? Don't forget, you need to be quick in answering to get the highest point. Most people got this wrong. So the answer is false. Let's see. Zuliat is climbing up. Gigi is still on top spot. Let's move question 11. You can see scientists at work at conservation station. What does an endocrinologist study? Bones, genetics, hormones, or muscles? Good. 6 people got this right. Hey, Shesh is climbing and contesting that top spot with Gigi. Let's see what happens next. Second to the last. Without this type of camouflage, animals will be easily seen by predators in the wild. Fantastic. Most people got this. So let's see what has happened to the table. Okay, Wemi is climbing. Let's see if she will be able to drag the bronze medal from Shaina Solomon. But the gold and the silver, we are not sure what's happening yet. There's still a contest. Final question, last opportunity. Which Disney professional is responsible for cleaning, exhibits, feeding, and training materials? Is it called an educator, a keeper, a behavioral husbandry, or a veterinarian technician? This is tricky, so think carefully. Only 3 people got it right. A lot of people went for the wrong option. Let's see the final table and see people who are winning on our podium. Third position, Kaina Solomon. Good. And the bronze medal for Shesh, our guest speaker. And the top spot goes to such a good contest. I'm going to stop sharing my screen now. Good. Just a moment. Let me just stop the sound. How did we find that? Was it fun?
It was so fun. It was full of fun.
So let us know Gigi. Who is Gigi? Please reveal yourself. Who is Gigi?
Hi, I'm Gigi.
Glorious Olajire. Is that you?
Yes, sir.
Can we see your face?
I'm not in a place where I can put on my camera now.
Okay, so introduce yourself. What do you do? Where are you?
Okay, my name is Gloria Solajiri. I just finished my bachelor's degree from University of Ibadan. I study sociology.
Sociology, fantastic. Can we just send some applause for Glorious for such a wonderful performance? That's really nice. And our guest took the second position. Thank you so much for participating.
Yeah.
And the third position, who is that person? Shaina Solomon? Who is the person? Oh.
I'm the one. Good
Oh, can you
afternoon.
introduce yourself to what do you do? Where are you? Where did you join us from?
Yeah, my name is Shina Solomon. I graduate of civil engineering from University of Ibadan, a DAD scholar in Germany.
Oh, in Germany. Oh, good, good. Well done. DAD scholar, right, Dad?
Yeah, that scholar.
That scholar. Oh, wonderful. Good to have you on the call. Ibadan people just showed us today that really they are the best university in Nigeria, right? All right, guys, thank you so very much. We're going to be wrapping up. It's been a wonderful session. We want you to feel connected to the group. There is a community we have. The only way to join that community is to register for one of these programs, because if you register, if you see the link for the registration and you register, then you're going to find the link to join the community. The WhatsApp group is full already. We have over 1,000 people already there, but we have a new Telegram group and people are joining it every day. So try to be on each of the groups, any of the groups. And if you can join both, that would be nice so that you can get all the information that you need about the programs that we run. I just want to take last words from anybody. Once again, we want to say thank you very much to, I'll start with our moderator for such a fantastic job. For Folake, thank you for moderating the session. You did fantastically well. Thank you also to our guest speaker today, Ahmed, for doing excellently well. I think it would be any other thing, any other just final comments or feedback as we wrap up. Anybody? You have something you really want to say? Solomon, is that a new hand or a legacy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a new hand.
Okay.
Yeah. Very interesting and very educative. You know, they say there's this, they say my people perish because of lack of knowledge. So thanks for sharing this knowledge with us. And I hope that on the WhatsApp group, the group that we just joined from, maybe you drop some of the links, and like you, that me and you, we are connected on environmental studies. Maybe you can be of guide, honestly serious guide to me so that I can find my way through. I still have passion to continue my education.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you so much. Thank you, all of you. Thank you, Ahmed. The other lady, I always forget her name. The other moderator. For forgive me. Yeah, thank you. Very interesting. I hope to join next time, anytime. Thank you so much. God bless.
Let's take Kemi Ajayi's comments, which is going to be the last as we close the session. Kemi, go for it.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much. I enjoyed the class. So my question, I don't know if it can still be taken, is that what time in the year is best to apply for scholarships? What time in the year? Then please send your WhatsApp link so that we can join. Thank you. I enjoyed myself. It was my husband that sent the link to me, and I actually gained from it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Kemi. So the best time for most scholarship is usually from around September to November. However, some other scholarships have an entirely different timeline. So depending on the scholarship, you know when, but usually for most of them, from September is a good time. There are some that are opened already in August, but once you're on the link, we'll be able to, I've just sent the link to the group again. So please make sure you save that link and join our group and share with your friends. And on the Telegram group or the WhatsApp group, you get more information. It's 15 minutes past 12. I got your permission to extend for 15 minutes, but not anymore. So thank you very much for joining today. And we hope that you've had a great time. And thank you to the team for organizing this. Praise Adeyemi, Zuliat, Ibrahim, Peace Yusuf, Bolu Atife, every member of the team, Ezekiel. We want to say thank you to you, Benga, and everybody else. Thank you so much for coordinating and making this happen, and Ayobami as well. And the rest of you for joining. Thank you for your time. Thank you once again to our speaker and the moderator for such a fantastic session. we'll draw the curtain here today, and we'll see you